True View Podcast.
A bunch of different views.
Your boys keep it real, man. I really like listening to them, man. They funny. Yeah.
Son. You know what I'm saying?
They really speak their truth.
The hell was that?
You're.
What it do? What the business is? What's good? It's your boy Mel, and we back in the building again, bringing the barbershop to the box office, baby. Let's go, Wakanda forever.
Oh, God. This is the one time I really don't want to follow you because I sound like a sellout. Like, when you open like that and I start talking, I immediately sound like a sellout. Like,
It's the
I hear it. It's
the
uncomfortable. Is it the glasses or is it the tone?
I don't know. They brought up the glasses in there.
I guess the glasses make sense, too. I'm Jay. I don't think I'm a sellout. I just have a different perspective on things. But I'm here for it. Let's have the conversation.
Hey Jay, that the color of that wall do something for your shade, man, with the light. I like to put that out there. But what's good, people? It's your boy Zoe. We back in the building for another one. True View Podcast. Let's get it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that blue black going hella good today. This your nigga grown man MJ. Thanks again for tuning in to the True View Podcast. We are back here again in the spot. And thank you for meeting us here. All right?
Yeah.
All
right.
Oh, man.
This one we're revisiting, following up on. We keep tabs on our episodes. You may have heard of some part 1 review season 1 of Woke, which is a Hulu original. Currently, season 2 is currently streaming. You can find all 10 episodes of season 2 on Hulu. So binge away, ladies and gentlemen. So just a quick.
It's 8 episodes.
Oh, 8 episodes. Sorry. All available on Hulu. And Woke. What is Woke? Keef is. I'm not saying Keith. I mean Keef. Keef is an American cartoonist on the verge.
Say his name.
You just did, so we can move on. On the verge of mainstream success when an unexpected event changes his life. With a fresh outlook on the world, Keef must navigate the new voices and ideas that confront and challenge him. So basically, yeah, what that said.
We've been practicing again.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like sometimes I just be ready for this. I'm prepared. I'm not practicing. I'm prepared. All right. So, how do you guys think the story developed in comparison to season 1? Like, was the where he went as far as trying to becoming like this, the face of change and wokeism? Is there's that. Let's start there. But do you think this was a realistic progression from where we ended off in season 1? Okay.
No.
What do you think? It was too quick of a catapult? It's not. It doesn't make sense, or it's just not who.
Well, we ended season 1 with
the
him.
cop, the flick of the wrist.
Yeah, with him flicking at the cop and him getting locked up or whatever. And I could understand him diving into activism from there. But I felt like there was definitely a change in the pace of it. There was a change in writing style, in my opinion, as well.
Yes.
And I didn't even look up the writers, but I just took note that this was done differently than the first one. And it made me seem like I was almost too critical on the first one, almost, where it was done that way on purpose, almost.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead.
No, when you mentioned the writing, one thing I saw, and I'm not using this word to be stereotypical, but there wasn't as much aggression in this season. It was more so like an acceptance of the status quo. And when I say aggression, I don't mean like needed to be more angry, but to end season one in such a defiant and like, I see your bullshit. I say, fuck your bullshit. I'm not going to stand for your bullshit way. And then you kind of was like, season two took us down the path of kind of like, okay, I see it, and I'll try and I'll play the game, but for my own benefit. You see what I'm saying? So that would be the duller downside of the writing in season two that I saw, but I don't think it was bad.
I think I took it a different way because I went back and watched the first season and then immediately just followed it up with the second season. So
that's a good way to go.
When I did that, the phrase comes to mind that money doesn't change people; it amplifies you. You were seeing hints of his character in season two in season one, but he was broke ass motherfucker in season one. They focused more on black trauma and everything in the first season. This one is more we got money, and now we're gonna focus on not just black trauma. We're gonna incorporate everybody. We got the white guilt. We got the.
But that's where I'm saying he's playing the game.
Go ahead.
No, because that was my issue with the first one. It's kind of like I seen this coming, and I seen that this, I guess, shaping it to be what it was. But to see it written out wasn't bad. But it does have a sour taste in my mouth as far as me appreciating this as for what it is. And I think we got in that conversation because Jay brought it up. Do these type of shows help change the narrative? And I quickly said no. And to me, it's like you saying, the more money you have in your pocket, you're just going to be more of who you are. And these types of shows, to me, kind of don't even work towards the narrative that is actually being fought in the streets today. Mm-hmm. And that's not where I fall off with these.
Well, I think like in the woke era and in every kind of an organization, I think there's deals.
Don't say the woke era, dog, because there's been people woke on this planet that's walking
Public
around
Enemy,
70, 80 years old. So.
That's fair, but what we've constantly seen is either there's corruption in the organizations
this
that
is
are
the age of social justice.
Okay, during this age of social justice, right? We're constantly seeing parodies. I mean, Atlanta just did this parodies of like what it's really like in these social justice organizations. And
Atlanta shit a little more.
Atlanta was worse. Like it was fucked up. But what you see is like there's got to be deals made, and that's where I say like he's like more so trying to play into the bullshit or like try to play the game, as opposed to being from. I thought he would have gone into a more defiant role, but in doing that, it does raise some questions, right?
See, I picked up that he was trying to. You'll get this with a lot of the people nowadays. They're trying to please everybody and not piss off anybody.
But to get help for your own right. So right there, Lamel, right? So isn't there something to be said that in order for you to receive the help for your needs, you have to have compassion and empathy for other people?
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. And, and like what Mel was saying with the money, when the money comes, what happens to the blacks part of the story just vanishes. And that's what happens in real life. You see what I'm saying? When resources come, it all of a sudden becomes people of color.
And then in this situation, it was the homeless people that pushed the blacks agenda back.
But my only thing with that
Mike, was that what you were saying? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm saying. Go ahead, man.
I was saying the only thing that ties that back to season one is that's who he generally was in the beginning of season one.
One of the homeless people.
No, he didn't see color. He was one of those, I don't see color. I just see this. And then the cop whooped his ass and he got woke. So he was going through that trauma throughout season one. And then season two, now he has money backing him. So he reverts back to the person that he was in the beginning.
And I think that just kind of, you know what I'm saying, reinforces what the show was intended to be about versus what people are making it to be about. You know what I'm saying? They're missing who he was before he had his awakened moment.
Mm-hmm.
Are we that awakened moment, right? Are we on being unfair in thinking that it was to be a activist for Black people versus an activist period? Because the season 2 is him just being an activist. Over and over, no one ever mentions him being Black in it. It's just constantly the activist, Keith Knight, the activist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think that we're being unfair in making that assumption that that's who he was going to be an activist for his
Blackness,
yeah,
a blacktivist.
a Black activist?
No, no, that's what we do though. If we see, I'm just being honest. If we see a Black person go through some shit, we picking them up and we putting them on. Look, Black people trauma. Like, this is Black people fucked up shit. They doing this to all Black people. Like this. And you got a motherfucker like say like a Tiger Woods. When he gets on and everything, Black people, yeah, Black people. And then he get up there and on some yeah, I'm not Black, I'm whatever he is.
See, the analogy that I think of when I make that comparison is Post Malone. Like, you come in doing hip hop and rap, and then you get the money, you get the popularity, and now you're doing country music or pop. Like, it shows what you use the Black struggle, or you use the Black plight to catapult you to notoriety, and then you suddenly forget that you made the promises or that you wanted to change these things, or maybe they become less important to you. You see what I'm saying? Because you're being exposed to so many different struggles.
Or maybe they just used up what they plan. Like, that was the plan all along. Just use them to get here and catapult to something else. Like, that's business.
The pivot. Make the pivot.
That's business. That's what it is.
I don't know. I mean, I do think that the intentions were there. Because when you, all right, assuming that he was an activist for Black causes, where do you start? Like, Black issues in America are drowning. Where do you want to talk about unfair incarceration? You want to talk about wage gaps? You want to talk about
redlining,
like voting rights? Where do you start when you get woke, so to speak?
And they touched on that.
Yeah.
And that's why he went with the alternative, which was to create a name within himself before he could tackle this. Because you got to remember, there's millions of people, not millions, there's hundreds of people before him that are trying or have been tackling those issues.
See, I think he went more so along the lines of, all right, what is like something that I can actually to help with? Because a lot of these causes are so bigger than anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can't even put it
you got all the corporations that's just sitting back waiting to make money off of the causes. So it's like, shit, who do you tap in with? You know what I'm saying? For real. It's like you damn near got to keep that shit in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And not the streets literally, but, out of the motherfucking offices.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's fucked up for me when I with organizations, like when you go to, like, grocery stores or whatever, and they say, do you want to make this donation? Well, I know the store is just gonna make a donation in that lump sum, pocket the money you did, and then make a donation in that lump sum, and then get the tax write-off for the donation. Are they benefiting corporate wise? Is their corporate greed being benefited by this? But at the same time, is this other group getting the help? So
that's why, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'd rather give my donation, you know what I'm saying, to a homeless person on the street than a goddamn corporation or, you know what I'm saying, one of them companies. And that's my opinion.
When you see that homeless person and he's with the rest of his friends or whatever, and they counting the stacks of money that's more than you've seen in a week or two, does that change your perspective?
Get it how you live.
You want to pivot. Yeah, it make you want to pivot. Like, man, I'm doing something wrong, goddamn it.
Maybe I shouldn't be wearing these Jordans around.
Yeah, he getting that tax-free joint. I'm out here working for the man. They slapping me around.
I don't know, man. I think to go back to the original question, I do believe this was a natural progression.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I think
I-
they did the script well. I think going just from my perspective of watching season 1 into season 2, they did a pretty uh, realistic jump, I guess, with the task that he was presented with. So
Mike seems to disagree, but I mean,
No, I mean, I agree that the writing and everything was done well. I just don't like it, bro. I mean, it don't speak to me. Let me just say it like that.
all right. So let's try to find an angle.
I try to find humor in it, but it's not. The humor is so almost slapstick. It's kind of like it really don't.
It's very
You know what I'm saying?
it's very whatchamacallit. What's that movie?
watered down, palatable.
It's very Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
that was a good movie.
Yeah. It's very Beavis
Girl
and
Next
Butt
Door.
Boys.
Well, I think
For me, I think without one character, I wouldn't like it. You know what I'm saying?
You
I
take
wouldn't
Keef
like
out
the
of
humor.
this shit is
Yeah.
trash.
I think
Yeah.
if you take T Murph out the shit, you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no, he's by far the worst.
Nah,
T. Murphy is
I'm
the
fucking
black
with
dude
T
with
Murph
the beard?
on here.
Is the black dude with the beard?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? And when I'll save it for the new camera. But yeah, no, I don't I think T Murphy is cool, but his character's antics and what his ambitions are and his
Womanizing.
message and everything is just kind of real like lame brain for me.
That's probably because you're looking at it like it's a stereotypical
Dope.
trope or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's like
Shucking and jiving a little bit.
dope.
I was gonna say I think I fucked with the white guy more than I fucked with homeboy.
See, I didn't even look at it
Gunther.
for the
I
humor.
fucked with Gunther more than I fucked with Clovis.
Yeah,
I didn't
Gunther-
really-
I thought Gunther and Ayanna just talking points and angles that they brought to the show are a lot more diverse and a lot more well written out. His is like,
Would you guys call this a
No.
dramedy series versus a comedy series then?
Nah, this
Or is it
is
still
no.
comedy? It's
This
still
is
comedy.
definitely-
comedy.
this is definitely trying to lean into comedy with talking bottles and all that other stuff. And I'm kind of mad they took that aspect out of it. I wish
Yes,
you would have had more of that.
that's it. I was
More
just about to touch on that. Like that was a big short bus for me because that was like part of the draw. I
That
liked
was
how
the best part of the first season.
The animation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
definitely.
well that and it
The
was
other
showing-
voices. The voices
Yeah.
and the
Man.
comedians they were
I
using.
might have to drop my score because that was a big
that was a big thing. Like they
Yeah.
brought it in towards the end. Like somebody reminded them, like, hey, he's supposed to be, talking the shit. Like,
Yeah.
but they weren't as present as they were in the first season, and it helped as well depict that he was going through that trauma from the cop. So you were seeing
or not even that, just understand how he was internalizing everything.
yeah.
Helped us connect with that a little bit too.
So that was a big shortcoming for me though in the writing. Like they didn't give my man JB Smooth enough shine. I don't think. And
He was the only one they gave shine though.
I know.
He was really the only one. Like,
Yeah, they should have let because that was a big letdown for me. They didn't do that more.
I don't know. I pretty soon I kind of just looked at. I got locked into the storyline of like when your intent is to put people in a better position than they were or to help. Your intent is to help overall.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
And that's where I get fucked up, right? Because it's like, yeah, there's for the Wi-Fi, for example, the issue in this one was the Wi-Fi,
5G,
right?
yeah.
5G, right? So now they're gonna make San Francisco this like Wi-Fi hub where internet is accessible. So like kids in low income housing or whose parents can't afford to pay cable bill or for internet, they are able to do the research they need to be able to like succeed in school and go beyond it. And for the homeless person that's on the street, like, yeah, there's a lot of people there that are there for unfortunate reason and get stereotypes and profiled by the fucking cops. But at the same time, what if they catch one of a predator that's been raping people that's living on the streets and among the homeless, right? Like, when there's some, doesn't some good outweigh the bad or the fucked up part of it? I'm curious. I'm not saying I believe it does because I honestly don't know.
It's all a matter of perspective.
Yeah, because you can't control, you know what I'm saying, the aspects of that shit, because it's gonna be good or bad with good and vice versa. It's like shit.
Right.
Yeah, you can't have one without the other. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I was kind of like, I thought it was kind of fucked up that like he was getting so much pushback from the community because, well,
You're not gonna be able to please everybody.
Time, I'm like, yo, that family that's hard up on life, the cops are harassing them the same way. They're just being asshole cops. So it's like, I didn't know. I still didn't come to a conclusion.
Yeah. I don't think it was meant for us to come to a conclusion. It was more so meant to bring up that somebody gonna be pissed off. It don't matter. No matter what you do, somebody gonna be pissed off. But another shortcoming I wanted to bring up, they dropped the cop shit.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the whole issue in this one switched. The entire narrative and storyline
completely dropped that shit though. Yeah. Like you see them in the beginning, like watch your back, and that was it. It was. I was like, whoa.
I think there's gonna be a revisit to it.
You think they get more seasons of this?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they'll give them another one. Yeah. I think that was one thing. I mean, hell, do we got any other? Because what I'm gonna say now lead us into the look at me. We got any more shortcomings?
We can continue the conversation. I'm going to look at me.
All right.
Look at me now. Look at me now. Oh.
I thought they did a wonderful job with just writing it in a way that makes it palatable for our Caucasian comrades. They did a good job with adding in the humor and stuff. Like, it's not going to fix the situation, but it puts it in a way that they can watch this and see the absurdity in a lot of stuff that goes on. Able to start the conversation at least.
Well, homelessness is really like technically like a neutral. I look at it like a neutral issue because for it's hard to.
Yeah, that wasn't even a major thing.
Yeah, and then the 5G and corruption type situation, I feel like, again, it's a neutral issue. It's like you're either a conspiracy nut or you're not. Like, so I think there was nothing, when you say make it palatable, they just didn't even
focus on homelessness. They didn't.
No, I'm saying like, but what I'm saying, the issues that were presented, the causes that were
presented were
non-racial
differences. Yeah, the differences that we see in each other between white and black. They were the.
That was one episode with the white dude.
The white allies.
Not understanding. Yep, and him.
The white allies. Yep. They had the.
That was 2 episodes, right?
The group with what was it? The black guy saying like, "Look, man, we gotta let the white people get their guilt off and all of this stuff and this, that, and the other." You have the activist woman who feels that she's writing, for pro-black people, and it turns out to be a bunch of white allies. There was a lot in here. You probably just skimmed over it and were just focused.
No. Okay, so all of that stuff, right, is stuff that like you see in Dear White People on Netflix. Right?
White people aren't watching Dear White People.
I understand that, but it's the auxiliary issues of just like being black and versus white. There was no major issue here that would challenge a white person.
This wasn't meant to challenge. Again, if you listen to
season 1, Mel, can you listen to my point?
If you listen to what I said though, because you're making a
You're saying
argument
you're saying they made this season more palatable for
for
white
white
people.
people.
And
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that's because they didn't put anything in here to challenge white people. They just repeated shit that black people have been saying. This is wrong. These traits about you are fucked up. In season one, it was a white cop that tackled one of the quote unquote good ones, and then it was the cover up. Those are things that, like, for the past, that have been in white people's face for the past fucking 9, 10 years. It's in their face. I'm saying, like, as far as recency shit.
Okay.
It's like in their face constantly, and any view of support to the police or anything is considered you're automatically make you a racist. So that's an in your face challenge. This season there was none. There was nothing to that magnitude of a challenge. So it wasn't even about palatable. It was no.
Well, that was my
nothing was
issue with the
cooked.
first season as well, Jay. I don't feel like there was a challenge involved in the first
Yeah,
season.
there was no challenges.
Okay,
And,
I disagree.
Remember, I was calling the racism was watered down. I was saying this is a mayonnaise sandwich of racism, low-key. And they touched on a lot of light points, and it never went beyond the surface in the first season. I said all of that.
Right.
And going into this one, it was just like, okay, it was like exposing that, okay, now you're woke. Let's make fun of you being woke almost in this season. That's kind of how I took it.
See, for me, I look at it like, when I, like, the white people that I talk to about shit, right? Or not even the white people I talk to about shit, but, like, I think nobody wants to be called a racist. It's a fucking scary word for white people to be called a racist, right? Unless you're like one of the ones that are on the road right now, they're still protesting that Trump isn't president. But you just don't want to be called a racist. And I think in season one, we saw a white cop, black man aggression and unjustified and unjust, like arrest. And that's a theme that has been constant up until the point of that season's creation. So it's an uncomfortable reminder for white people, I felt like, right? This season, I don't think there was anything to that effect.
Bro, I don't think white people turn on their TV to be uncomfortable, bro. So
right.
But that's why I'm saying, like, there was nothing about this being palatable. It was just a show. It was nothing.
It was palatable about them taking over the black fight for us, pretty much. It's a lot there. You just have to go back and watch it with different eyes, because you just kind of passed over a lot of it.
Argument, man.
Even using the Asian girl, you know what I'm saying, to do the shit.
She wasn't Asian. The Mexican chick?
Oh, damn. She looked Asian.
Yeah, she was definitely Spanish, so god damn it.
Wow.
But no, they even brought it up in the corporate thing with they said the ethnic training or whatever they
were. I mean, they was eating margaritas, drinking margaritas, eating tacos.
And her mom's
Hey man, I watched this shit months ago. I forgot.
But they were at her parents' restaurant. It was a Mexican.
Y'all gonna get off me. Y'all gonna get off
one grain of rice, bro.
Hey man, I watched it when it first came out, man.
But no, man, they brought that up with homeboy that was in the board meeting when they did the Martin Luther King keep Wi-Fi free or something.
Right.
He wasn't even black.
Right.
They brought that up.
I took that more as a knock against, like, the discomfort shit we get, like when we see Nancy Pelosi kneeling in kente cloth. Like, that is their analogy.
No.
That's the same thing.
No, it isn't. They're asking somebody about black culture who isn't even of black culture.
Right, and their view on black culture is standing up and say, make Wi-Fi free. I had a dream that Wi-Fi would be free.
No, using Martin Luther King is absurd.
Exactly. So is kneeling in fucking kente cloth when the topic at hand is voters' rights. What the fuck are you talking about? You're telling me that wasn't absurd?
It was absurd. It was definitely
absurd. Okay, then. That's all I'm saying.
It's not comparable, though.
Okay. All right. We agree to disagree.
It was a rough analogy. It's hard for everybody to get there.
Do y'all think them putting the chip in the shoe was a shot at all these fat ass shoes these shorties be wearing, these Balenciagas and shit?
I don't know.
No, because homie trashed
Put the air bubble.
like
Put the
homie
air
trashed
bubble.
them shit. Put an air bubble in it.
Man, these shoe selections these shorties be having is absurd, bro.
Hey man, but they feet gonna be a lot better than ours because they look like they orthopedically sound.
And they paying $800 for them bitches. Like what?
Yeah, nah, it ain't for the fly. It ain't for. I'm be with Shaq up in Walmart. Give me some.
Got me some Starberries.
Dang, Charlie Brown's baby. Oh, what other liquor bees we got, man?
Wait, Jay was looking like he might have went to go buy a pair. He had to look on the like.
No, he hitting return. He deleted out the cart right now.
I don't do high end.
I gotta look at me, man. When they first had showed T Murph, when he came out the room, did y'all think he was on some CGI shit, like some body double shit? That shit was looking weird, man.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
They just wanted to focus in. No, they like, look, I did some work. I did.
Like me and my girl was looking at like, I don't know if that's his beard making it look like that or like his head was on another body though.
And homeboy put some work in the gym. He put that in the contract. If I come back, I gotta take my shirt off. I like how they made fun of that. They was rubbing toast on that, bro. I was like, come on, man.
No, man, I don't know, man. I thought this was cool. I could do without a third season, quite honestly, though.
I don't see where they would take it.
It would be the redemption. It would be the redemption story, getting back to the roots. This is like, that's what I'm saying. Like this, the writing pace of this reminds me of every fucking like, I was nothing, then I rose to something, then I realized it's not all it's supposed to be, so I fall back down, and now I'm going on this journey to be grounded and get back to the real issues at hand. And we're gonna get an episode of him coming back from being on the road with, whatever, and then finding another black issue to tack onto that is gonna continue, or realizing the fact that nobody cares about this shit anymore. Like it just
they can keep that shit.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like it's gonna that's the natural shit. Or because unless another tragedy happens, I don't feel as though people are gonna give a shit about it.
No, because I think this was a good button for this 2 seasons and out, because you raise the wokeness rather with season 1, and then you clown the wokeness on season 2. So just be done with it.
I don't think it needs to go and drag into a third season. I get what Jay is saying, and what he's saying is 100% correct. That's the progression of this storyline, so to speak, where it could maybe go for 3-4 seasons. But to me, I don't think it is groundbreaking enough, and I don't think the other characters have a profound addition to the storyline.
Yeah. No, this is the equivalency of mids, I guess.
Of who?
Mids. Like how New York is with the shoes and shit. They be like, don't wear the mids. Like, this is just mids. Goddamn it. This is mids.
I know you use young people lingo.
Because I was like, man, I don't really see a problem with mids, but I own me a couple mids.
According to Distractify.com.
What is it?
Huh?
What is this?
Distractify.com. Was that your way of
yeah,
interrupting?
It's an online blog. They're talking about season 3 for woke.
Okay.
They're saying
that's already greenlit.
It's like no. They're saying like because it doesn't seem like people. It's a very take it or leave it result from season 2. So season 2 ended, and the score on the current score is like 74% or whatever. So it's not enough to cancel it, and it's not enough to renew it. So it's just kind of like there.
Minutes.
Yeah, it's very minced.
Side note, we gotta start blogging. Cause whoever the fuck they are, that's a good ass take that we could have been on.
Yeah. But they did point out other stuff that came out within the same time frame, like Emily in Paris have already been renewed for seasons 3 and 4. So it may not be a good look.
People like Paris. Got baguettes and shit. I don't know, man.
I don't know. Like for me, like I think my angle in watching the show, because the second we came and I saw him talking to a homeless dude, I knew we weren't going to be, the focus wasn't going to be on black people. And I see what the point in what you guys are saying, as far as like, you know, it's they're telling this little tidbit as far as like, you know, people occupying black struggle or black trauma for their own gain, and then they're telling this little side bit about the saviorism or whatever, the white savior shit, and why you don't necessarily need to know all our shit. Like you don't need to watch with a washcloth to have empathy for black people.
I had that
But it
conversation
helps.
with so many
But it
white
helps.
people.
But it helps.
You don't
But it
watch your
definitely
legs. I don't
helps.
watch your legs.
But
Like,
I'm
is that
saying,
really a thing?
to me, I think the bigger issue is this altruistic view of in this social justice era that requires that everybody wins, and
Possible.
they don't see the benefit in doing in a little bad in a little bad for the betterment of the good. You see what I'm saying? Because we live in a country where we probably drone bomb neighborhoods with kids in it for our own freedom, so we can say what the fuck, so we can say fuck the president and criticize him for that shit. Isn't that offset? I think that to me is the bigger issue in here, because politically, that's one of the you know, the downsides for blacks in America. I don't know, like
What you mean politically? That's the downside.
the need. So like, I feel like there's could be a guy right now, right, and he could like come across and say he has a plan to fix every issue for black people in America, right? But his wife is white. And Dr. Umar does one Breakfast Club interview and is fuck that dude for life. Right? We'll shoot ourselves. We'll see there's people that come with a plan and a benefit. It's like they'll kill the messenger and forget that the message was what you've been asking for this whole fucking time. I've seen things. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that's
no. I think it's just what I like to call a bit of the tribal deflect or tribal reflex.
What do you mean by? Oh, okay. I think I understand.
Basically, the you know, common folks who don't necessarily view politics in the way of this is that is this. They got to take the sleight of hand from here and everything. People just see it in black and white, and a lot of times, white wife or not, these people paperwork don't come back good. Where they've already been online for a bunch of fuck shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Kamala was already online for a bunch of fuck shit before it was said she had a white wife, and that was brought out.
White husband.
She was already. I mean white husband.
Damn, bro. I was like, wait a minute, I missed that one.
My bad. I'm thinking of my auntie Lightfoot out there. My bad.
Yeah, hey, I can't touch it. We still in the jungle over here with her. We got hold on.
Lightfoot. Oh God, leave that woman alone.
No, but I'm thinking, you know, I think what you're saying is correct. Like, you know, the optics of somebody that's trying to help or trying to stand for something that's in a position where they can help is often looked at just as skepticism, bro. And it's hard for us to lean in on it because the transparency has never been there, bro. Bottom
except
line.
with drug dealers. Like
What?
that's the one. Except with drug dealers, and
Huh?
what? Except with drug dealers. Look,
No.
I'm not gonna make the argument. We can move on. We can move on. We can move on.
Not true,
move
sir. Definitely not true, sir.
You knew a drug dealer was a drug dealer, right? And you knew who he was. You knew what that meant with, whether he was ruthless or whatever. But you knew in your community, nothing happens unless he says so. And when there's justice to be had, he's the one that's going to carry it out a lot of the times. And
So I
when
live in
there's
an upstanding community, and I wish a motherfucker would tell me how shit gonna go around here where I live, baby.
I was gonna say, and then if you really, really knew, you knew who the white man was that was over there, drug dealer that was really pulling the strings. But
I mean, I don't know, man. I know like certain parts of Kingston are safer with an area done. That's all I'm saying. They took that nigga down, and now everybody just a gang, and they just killing everybody. And that motherfucker, when he was there, yeah, shit was fucked up. A little coke was getting sold allegedly. A little guns were getting moved allegedly, but shit was like motherfuckers could move because he wasn't making it hot. Allegedly.
Got the allegedly.
That's all I'm saying.
No,
That's all
what
I'm
you're saying is true for Chicago and Minneapolis.
Exactly, because I'm
Allegedly.
just gonna say allegedly.
Allegedly.
The histories that I've allegedly been told of this alleged city, right?
Is that the rename?
When when certain people, you know, who may or may not be
they
named
locking people up
after
for
a
social
vacuum
media
cleaner,
stuff.
when those people were in church, shit just was moving safer. Motherfuckers allegedly. I'm just saying you could go downtown allegedly with your windows down allegedly.
You can still go downtown
without the hammer.
I cannot confirm nor deny any
allegedly. Anyway, so that's all I'm saying. I think that for me was my main focal point, and that's why I feel like sometimes I feel like to black people I come off as a sellout because I realize you have to be. No, we don't need to justify it. But I get it.
I'm just saying. I'm just letting you don't because you come from a different upbringing. You weren't really raised in this shit like Mike and I were.
Yeah, I think Mike had said it once. He was like, dude, you have a culture. Like you came from, you know your culture. You have an island, a place.
Our culture over here.
And even though it wasn't originally yours, like y'all motherfuckers, like it was you unified. Everybody was you. Even the motherfuckers that was white was you. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, y'all was good at hiding. Our people got caught.
And it's
y'all,
just the size of
y'all
Texas
will whoop our ass and hide and go seek, apparently. So,
oh god, we rebelled. We rebelled. I don't know, man. All this shit made me think was that Hillary should have won.
Whoa.
That's where I went back. I just went back to that. Hillary should have won. Hillary should have fucking won. Life would have been better.
It wouldn't have been no better, man.
Life would have been better, bro. Life would have been better.
It don't matter how they.
I can't do it, bro.
Life would have been better, bro.
Massa is massa. It don't matter how you like how it look. That's this.
It's okay. Bill would have been up in there playing the saxophone. You know,
he wasn't all that great himself.
Right. That's what he's talking about.
He wasn't all that great himself, but
he didn't win for a reason.
Where do we want to? We want to do a rename?
So we could been the second term of Hillary in your eyes, huh?
100%. Would have voted for her again. I love them death row pants, Kurt suits, bro. She would have been fire. Fashionista of the decade. No, I'm off.
That motherfucker dressed like Gilbert. What was that that cartoon with the mug had the tie that flipped up? Gilbert in the newspaper, that mug had the tie that flipped up. That's how that mug dressed.
God damn it, man.
The cartoon?
Rename that movie. Oh, goddamn.
This is Mimosa March.
Mimosa who?
March.
Mimosa
I
March.
got one. Cheap
Am I
Soul.
sounding far still?
Whipped cream.
No, you sound good. So we just gonna walk over Cheap Soul.
Cheap Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SOL.
That fit. Yeah, that fit.
That's a good one.
Bro, sometimes I got some heat.
Yeah.
Like, give me my props.
I didn't hear it, brother. I'm sorry.
I said whipped cream.
I see where you're going with that. Asian taco. Shout out to Zoe.
Footloose.
Man, I was that foot juice. That's what I was gonna say. This is the foot juice.
Balenciagas.
The bunion.
Yeah.
Big shoes to film.
Sock puppets.
Shit, stepping in the name.
What are those? Stepping in the name of justice.
Brick phones.
Kool-Aid kicks.
No reception. I'm telling you, bro. I'm like, bang bang.
Whoa.
Saying, shooting off the hip with it. No, all right.
Reception. Okay.
I just can't be myself on this podcast. You know what I'm saying?
No, you doing your thing, dog.
Yeah, man.
Let me live sometime. Don't do that. Don't do that. People know what you do when you do that. Don't do that. That was just a
Oh man.
I'm gonna go cry in this Corolla.
In the Corolla.
5G free.
Yo, speaking of 5G free, you've heard that song "Fuck Nigga Free" with the shorty from, I think they sound like they from Memphis, and she's like, "I'm FREE free." So I ain't got to worry about no nigga cheating on me. You heard that shit? No.
I've heard the little girl remix it. She's like, "I'm FREE," and she was talking about
the kids watching the kids.
Yeah, watching kids and shit. I was saying that.
Badass little kids.
Badass little kids.
I'm just saying.
But this is Wake and Bake.
Wake and Bake. This is Sneaker Con. I'm telling you, this is my realm, bro. You talk about the shoe game.
It's a shoe game crazy.
Sold out.
This is shoe game crazy.
Shoe game
crazy. Yeah, I got sold out.
I like Cheap Soul better than Sold Out.
Okay.
Because Cheap Soul got double entendres as far as this nigga took the little cheap ass money.
Yeah.
This nigga, because 250 racks in San Francisco ain't shit.
Have you lived out there? But you spent
I
time.
lived out there. No, that's one of the most expensive communities in the nation.
Yeah, it ain't but 9 black people, they said.
Yeah.
Silicon Valley, though, right? Like, I don't know.
San Francisco, one of the most expensive zip codes in the nation.
But you done work out there, right?
I've worked at like the we do like the 49ers and like the baseball games out there.
Oh, okay.
The Aryan race.
Nah, what?
The Aryan race.
You know that? No.
That's what the paper was.
The Bay Area.
The Bay Area.
Oh, I see what you did.
He said, "I'm not getting yelled at." Oh,
right, let's pick one. I like Sneaker Con and I like Cheap Soul. Those are my
Cheap Soul would probably be the one.
Yeah, I like Cheap Soul and Shoe Game Crazy.
The Shoe Game Crazy. Shoe Game Fire.
Cheap Soul it is.
All right. All right,
have a
ladies
winner.
and gentlemen, the official rename for Woke Season 2 is going to be Cheap Soul. And the final score for this one is going to be a 3.
Find out. 1, 2, 3.
I feel like we're constantly giving things 3, so let me explain to you guys. Like we said, we do not round down, and sometimes it's a high 3, but a lot of the times there's just enough flaws to just not. It's not easy to make a really good piece of entertainment, and we're honest about shit. So
Yeah, this right here was
mid. Even everybody's saying this is mid. It's not just us though.
it's not us. It didn't hit. It just, like I said, from the first one, it didn't hit. And I guess they tried to go Lamel's route and lean into the comedy. And as I said, to me, the comedy was
Slapstick,
more slapstick, Wayne World type of
So
comedy.
then,
which was a great movie, by the way.
you think the first one was because of the time that it got released and it was just riding
It
away?
was definitely timing. And then I'm not sure how long it was. It wasn't that long between the two. I mean, it was about maybe a year and a half, 2 years.
Another year or so.
And I think the timing helped the first one. I think the resolution of what happened during that time affected this one.
That's deep.
Do you think the fact of BLM right now going through that shit with the stolen money, like
Again, the resolution, all the shit.
oh shit, my bad.
That holding gang money to her baby daddy and everything.
Police, I'm the feds. My bad. I ain't mean.
No, she gave money to her baby daddy and everything, dog.
Bruh, she spread the love though, bro.
Bro,
She
that's
spread the love, bro.
I'm so tired. And again, knock the shit on you, Jay.
Oh
shit on me.
No, this motherfucker's an immigrant, dog. This motherfucker not.
I know.
Not a true. Yeah, she wasn't here for the long haul. Dog. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it be. That's what I'm saying. When the money come along, they do the niggas wrong. That's how it happened, bro.
This motherfucker busted rhymes in this.
That's how it happened every time, bro.
Oh God, I shouldn't have
The
said
money
it.
come along, they do the niggas wrong, bro.
Bars.
And that's what this series showed me. So I appreciated it because, like Lamel said, if you sat back and watched it on the surface, I mean underneath of what was being said, that was all I saw was when the money come along, all the shit about nigga shit was gone, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, no, I understood. I think the misunderstanding is like that wasn't lost on me. I just felt like the bigger focal point was the idea of, is some bad worth the good? And because if I, going off of your perspective in season 1, we all saw it going this way. I don't think that's why I think we said it wasn't a shock in how it progressed. This was, we all knew they were gonna.
It was decent writing. It was good.
Yeah, they were they're gonna have to forget about it because that's what every cause does. That's why Black Lives Matter turned into Black Trans Life Matter, but then it turned into Black Trans Left-Handed Rights Matter. Then it's Black Gay Rights. Like, it's everybody wants to fucking get their day in the struggle bus.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you realize you're fighting and arguing over who has the worst? What the fuck?
Everybody just need to chill out.
And arguing over what resources are being funneled in through this shit.
And who gets it first?
If you just chill out, go to the motel and do some shrooms, everybody'll be fine.
Where's the drop? Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of the True View Podcast has been brought to you by nobody yet. But if somebody want to fucking sponsor us, we would really appreciate it because, we like money and we want nice things.
And we can forget about the cause.
And, like, we're not going to tell you.
We can forget about the cause as well.
What cause? Cause I need to pay rent. Fucking cause I got a car note. Cause I got a kid that needs food. What the fuck you mean, cause? And as always, check out Where the Vibes Stay Venti. Website coming soon. All your home DIY decor needs, all that jazz. Real quick before we get out of here, are we gonna recommend season 2 to anyone? If anyone asks you like, should they follow through with it? Do we tell them to? No, yay.
Should they follow through with more seasons of this?
No,
Or
no. I'm saying like if you tell like someone watch season 1 and
rewatchability and recommendation.
yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was, again, like it didn't. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. It's right in the middle. So it was just enough little comedy in there to where it's palatable for me to watch it with anybody. They did enough touching on different topics where we can start conversations at least. And they did
get much of that from it though.
What's that?
So I don't get much of that from it, but go ahead. I ain't mean to step on you.
Yeah, no, at least conversations can be started, but you do have to dig deep into what the hell's going on there. You do have to dig deep into what's going on. So, yeah, I would recommend it. I don't know if I'm gonna rewatch this unless they come out with another one, just so I can, power through it.
Yeah.
I think they are. I think they're. I wouldn't recommend it though, but I would. I'm locked in because I like to see how shit ends. I think there will be a season 3, and I think if they bring the pops back in season 3, you get a season 4.
Only if his foot nut on somebody again.
Well, see, for me, it stopped being about a message and definitely became more of a show, and that's why you can kind of recommend this to folks. Rewatching, I'm not really diving back into it just because I'm more about the message, I guess. When it comes to things that try to tackle these issues, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? And I seem like I got none of that out of the second season, really. You know what I'm saying? It really drained.
It was
drained the juice. It drained the juice out of the message,
out of the foot. It drained the juice out of the foot.
Yeah, exactly. It was a pus bump.
Oh God!
Oh God!
Why you have to say that?
Image, bro.
That's a trigger word.
Bro.
That is a trigger word.
Nasty fuck.
You can see it.
Oh God! And that's all I see in the background now. That's all I see.
What he got on his shirt? Did this nigga's foot nut on me? Oh no!
It had its moments, man.
No, it's got moments in here. That's why I say you can recommend it for somebody to watch.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it leans into anything that's like you guys are saying as far as soapboxy or anything like that.
Yeah, it's cookie cutter.
Yeah, this is cookie cutter. It's very surface. Like Lamel said, Lamel said, they leaned into the comedy on the second season a little more. And I think having the father who came in, Mr. What's his name? Isaiah Whitlock. I thought he was a brilliant addition to the cast, and I hope he does stick around if they do season 3.
It did make me want to start looking for them fans. I need to get me one.
No, you cannot roll around your neighborhood with a van. You cannot. Don't cause no attention.
No, that shit is coming, Jay. A lot of people are going to be reduced to a van life, bro, with the situation of housing prices and
these
I think it's gonna level out. I think the price is just gonna have like
for some people.
For some people, but like
not the majority.
Bro, I don't know many single mothers with 2 children, 3 children that's gonna be able to pay, $1,700 to $2,200, and that's gonna be the norm across the country.
I don't think it stays there for long, though.
It's gonna be enough to weed out the weak.
Yeah.
And it's
just gotta make it through. It's a lot of weak.
It's a lot of weak. So
I don't even want to call them.
So I did like the fact that they talked about housing on here and the unhoused. So that was great.
The unhoused. That was another thing too. I didn't know I was supposed to stop calling them homeless. Man, y'all gotta like do something where we make these words and stuff where I'm not supposed to be saying it. Like make it
Wait, we can't call people homeless no more? Or
That's what they were saying. We're not homeless. We're unhoused. I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
All right.
No, that's what you call the folks in Cali who live in their cars and stuff like that. You on the street, you homeless.
Is bum still okay? Can I just say bum?
Wasn't it a clothing line too? No, was it?
All right, are we done?
Well,
Is we finished or is we done? All right, my bad.
Is we finished or is we
done? I'm just saying, bro.
I don't know, man. All I know is go watch some shit.
True View Podcast.
A bunch of different views.
Them boys keep it real, man. I really like listening to them, man. They funny. Yeah.
Son.
They really speak their truth. The hell was that?
You're